How's it going, everybody? JK Fantasy Football back with another video today. Today we're doing another 16-team PPR. This is from a comment on one of my videos. I see you guys commenting all the time saying, hey, can you do this many teams? And, from this spot to help you guys prepare for your drafts. Keep doing that. I love seeing that. I do only produce videos on weekends. I don't quite have the time on weekdays, but I will try to get to your comments as quickly as I can. So we're doing it from the 6th spot today. Let's see how it goes. So it goes Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp. So we're in an interesting spot, right? This is probably one of the trickier spots to be in, right? Because in a 16-team league, it's going to be a little bit deeper at specific positions. That position being running back, in my opinion. So, running backs, you kind of get the drop off pretty quickly lately in all of these drafts, even 10-team PPR leagues. Like you get the drop off pretty quickly. So I definitely think taking a running back in the first round in something like a 16-team league is definitely a pretty good idea because you have at least one solidified RB and you can get maybe more, right? There are a lot of wide receivers I like in the beginning: Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, even like Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, every single one of them, right? But in something like this, it's good to get an RB. So in this spot, in a normal league, I would probably go ahead and take Justin Jefferson here. I have him as a wide receiver 1 over Cooper Kupp right now. But because of what I just said, we're going to go ahead and take Dalvin Cook. So I have Dalvin Cook right now as running back 3. A lot of people have Austin Eckler at 4 or at 3, and I agree with that. I think Austin Eckler and Dalvin Cook are on the exact same tier in my opinion. I personally have Dalvin Cook just a little bit higher. I know not too many people have that opinion, but I'm ready for him to have a good year. He's in that new offense, but it's going to look good. I think it'll look real good. So it goes Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Najee Harris, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Nick Chubb, Deebo Samuel, Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, Leonard Fournette. Wow, a sleeper AI. You got the Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen stack. How funny is that? So we're back on the clock here. RB that I like, RBs, you could say, Ezekiel Elliott, James Conner, right? Once you get past this point, if you're not taking an RB in the 2nd or 3rd round, I would say you're pretty much playing hero RB, because if you take an RB in the 4th round, it's not going to be pretty. You're going to get guys like Elijah Mitchell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right? The only one that I think is acceptable in that range is A.J. Dillon. I think he's the only acceptable RB in that range for having, an RB2. But other than that, I would say you're waiting till the 5th, 6th round in a 16-team league, because there is great value in those types of rounds for RBs. But until then, you should really just build up the rest of your team. So let's look at wide receivers here. I'm honestly a little surprised that Mike Evans is still on the board. I have Mike Evans right now at wide receiver 7, I think. So I think he's an absolute steal at this spot. If I didn't go Mike Evans, I would go with somebody like Michael Pittman, maybe a T. Higgins, right? All guys that I love this year. So let's go ahead and take Mike Evans. The only running back I would take if it comes back is probably Travis Etienne. Other than that, I don't really think I can go ahead and take one. But so it goes Ezekiel Elliott, A.J. Brown, Michael Pittman, Kyle Pitts, James Conner, Patrick Mahomes, T. Higgins, George Kittle, David Montgomery, and Jalen Waddle, right? So Travis Etienne does make it back. Now let's make sure we get all the positions covered. So tight end, right? Darren Waller, great value, but I think it might be a little too early, right? In a situation like this, I'm okay not getting one of those top tight ends. I know a lot of people love getting top tight ends, top positional advantages in a 16-team league. I personally think the difference between a Waller and a Kmet is not as large from a difference between a Travis Etienne and like a Kenneth Walker, right? I think getting great value at the tight end position comes way later on in the draft, and people don't even understand that. So if other people like taking a tight end here, I'm not opposed to that, right? I'm really not, but I think you're losing out on value in your more important positions in running back and wide receiver. So QB, this is just a little too early for me, right? Kind of same thing as tight end, right? I'm okay taking a Trey Lance. I'm okay taking a Derek Carr, right? So RB-wise, like I said, Travis Etienne is definitely my highest running back here. I'll probably end up going with them, but let's take a look at wide receiver. So you get Terry McLaurin, pretty high on him. Deontay Johnson, I'm a little bit lower on Deontay Johnson than most people. DJ Moore, I have pretty high. If I were to go with a wide receiver right here, I would go with DJ Moore. I have him at wide receiver 13 right now. I think he's a great value. Allen Robinson, I have him at wide receiver 14, and Mike Williams at wide receiver 15. So, you get good value at the wide receiver here, but I'm okay waiting one round and getting a Rashad Bateman, right? I'm not mad about that. So, I think let's go ahead and take Travis Etienne here. I'm very confident in him this year. I think, I'm not too worried about James Robinson. Yes, James Robinson is going to play. Yes, he is going to look good. But Travis Etienne is getting the bulk of that receiving work. He's going to look good. So it goes Cam Akers, DJ Moore, Justin Herbert, Darren Waller, Lamar Jackson, Courtland Sutton, DK Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Breece Hall, Terry McLaurin, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Jeudy, Antonio Gibson, Joe Burrow, J.K. Dobbins, Dalton Schultz, Michael Thomas, Elijah Mitchell, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks. So, funny enough, Allen Robinson comes back to me, my wide receiver 14. I'm very happy about that. But let's take a look at this team, right? Team 10. The team that, by the way, I am not that high on taking quarterbacks that early, but you know what? If you want to do it, go ahead. I would say if you're going to take a quarterback early, it's got to be Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs, right? In something like this, I probably wouldn't endorse it, but it did come out pretty well. I mean, if you take a look at his team, he's got Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Darren Waller, and Michael Thomas, who has top 5 upside, right? Even with that hamstring tweak, I think he can get over it, and he should look good this year. But he's going to be a little shaky at the RB position, but if he grabs those late round tight end or late round RBs like I was talking about in that range, I'm talking Chase Edmonds, Rashad Penny, I think his team can look phenomenal. So let's take a look. Quarterback, we got Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, both two guys with great rushing upside, but we're okay waiting, right? RBs, you got A.J. Dillon, like I said, he's probably the only one I would take in this range. I already have 2 RBs, though. I don't want to load up too much on RBs and then miss out on other positions, right? I'm okay with doing like a 3 RB, 4 RB type strategies in like 10 team and 12 team, right? Because you get better value, right? But in something like this, I'm okay waiting on RB if I need another one, right? So wide receivers, I mean, we're looking right at him, right? We're looking right at Allen Robinson. Like I said, he's my wide receiver 14. I'm very excited to see him this year. I think he's in an excellent position on a team, right? It's his best quarterback that he's ever had in his career. All the reports are looking up. There's literally no reason not to take him. He's just looking so good. And some people might say, oh, I'm a little afraid of his, Matthew Stafford's elbow. He's been looking really good, Matthew Stafford is getting over it little by little every single day. I think come season time, he'll be good to go. So it goes T.J. Hawkinson, Jalen Hurts, Amari Cooper, A.J. Dillon, Marquise Brown, Damian Harris, Chris Godwin, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Russell Wilson. So we're back on the clock here, right? We got to get 2 more flex spots at tight end. So let's look at tight end, right? T.J. Hawkinson, I might have considered him here, but once again, that's a little too early. I'm okay waiting a round or 2 and getting Cole Kmet, right? Dallas Goedert, I'm not super high on. Like, I'm high on it, but not high enough to where I would take him over, great running back, great wide receiver value, right? If I were to go running back right here, I would probably go Kareem Hunt or, the Chase Edmonds, Rashad Penny, like I was saying. I'm actually curious to know what Team 10 goes, It is an AI, so they probably won't even take an RB, but we'll see how it goes. So, wide receiver-wise, I'm very happy with the outcome, right? Juju Smith-Schuster, I have pretty high this year, right? I like guys like Adam Thielen. I like guys like Darnell Mooney, Rashad Bateman. If you get those guys, I'm not mad about it, right? I have Juju higher than all of them, though, right? He's in that new offense on the Chiefs, okay? Tyreek Hill is gone. His competition is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Sky Moore, right? McCole Hardman. They all look good, but Juju is way more talented than all the other guys, right? We don't know what's in the future for Sky Moore. Marquez Valdes-Scantling's got that deep route potential, but Juju Smith-Schuster is going to fill in that role, right? Travis Kelce, he's going to be a good value this year with Tyreek Hill gone, but, teams might double coverage Travis Kelce. Who does that leave open? Juju Smith-Schuster, right? I think this could definitely be his breakout year, his breakout year, but I think he'll look really good this year, and I think he's an excellent flex piece on my team, right? So let's go ahead and grab him. So it goes Kyler Murray, Adam Thielen, Drake London, Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard. So they take Miles Sanders, right? I'm not too pleased with that decision. They kind of ruined their team in my opinion. But Miles Sanders is Miles Sanders, right? You never know what kind of value could come from him. I just don't see him that high this year, right? So it goes Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard, Rashad Bateman, Darnell Mooney, Dallas Goedert, Tom Brady, Kareem Hunt, Gabe Davis, DeAndre Hopkins, Cordell Patterson, Ken Walker, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Smith, Elijah Moore, Tyler Lockett, Dawson Knox, and Chase Edmonds goes one pick before us. It is what it is, right? That's going to happen sometimes. So let's take a look at wide receiver, right? We're trying to fill in that flex spot, right? So, and right off the bat, I'm staring right at him, right? Brandon Ayuk, looking so good in training camp. I grab him in a lot of my videos because he's someone you should grab, right? And like I said, someone I like grabbing is Trey Lance. If Trey Lance makes it back to me, I have Brandon Ayuk and I have Trey Lance. I have the stack. I think that is an excellent stack. It's a very undervalued stack in my opinion. So, tight end wise, you get Zach Ertz, Pat Freiermuth. I think once again I can wait. I probably am not going to get Cole Kmet at the 8th if I go for Trey Lance here, but in the 8th or the 9th, I can get somebody like a Gerald Everett. I can get like a Hunter Henry, and I'm very happy with that on my team, right? So let's take a look here. Yeah, QB, so Trey Lance is still there, so we're going to go ahead and take Brandon Ayuk here. If I didn't take Brandon Ayuk, like I said, those late round RBs, if you wanted to go hero RB, I think Rashad Penny is an excellent value, right? Kenneth Walker is dealing with that hernia right now, so you never know, but I think Rashad Penny is definitely a good value towards the end of these drafts. So let's go ahead and take Brandon Ayuk here. I mean, our team looks real good, right? So there goes Rashad Penny. So Rashad Penny, Devin Singletary, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Allen Lazard, Zach Ertz, Treylon Burks, Garrett Wilson, Trey Lance goes. Oh, that sucks. Melvin Gordon. So he goes to a team that already has Jalen Hurts, right? Most of the time, that's probably not going to happen in your drafts, but you never know. Some people might go ahead and do that. So that's okay, right? We're good. We're put in a good position because even though we don't get the Trey Lance, Brandon Ayuk stack, what do we get? The Matthew Stafford and the Allen Robinson stack. Another stack that I'm loving this year, right? And we get it at a good price, right? 7th round QB in a 16-team league, and he has he's a QB that has potential to be, a top 7 QB, I would say, upside-wise. He's going to put up good points every single week. That's something you can definitely be sure of. So I think he's a great decision here. So we're going to go ahead and take Matthew Stafford. I mean, if we wanted to go wide receiver, we would probably go with like a Chris Olave, maybe a Christian Kirk, a Kadarius Toney, a Sky Moore, like I was saying, but we probably wouldn't take Sky Moore knowing that we have Juju, right? So RB-wise, Ramondre Stevenson, he's calling out to me. I definitely would be interested in taking him here, but I think we do want to lock down our QB now. RB that we can take on the way back is Brian Robinson. We can talk more about him on the way back, but Matthew Stafford, we'll click on him here. So it goes Christian Kirk, James Cook, Chase Claypool, Chris Olave, Kadarius Toney, Ramondre Stevenson goes, Robert Woods, Derek Carr, Pat Freiermuth, Mike Gesicki, Kirk Cousins, Sky Moore, George Pickens, Dameon Pierce. Great value at Dameon Pierce there. 8th round in a 16-team league. Oh, yeah. Tua Tagovailoa. Cole Kmet goes one before me. I just saw that. Hunter Henry, Michael Carter, Alexander Madison, James Robinson, Cole Kmet. So at the tight end position, if Cole Kmet was still here, that would have been a snag. That would have been an absolute snag. But he is not. So at this point, we are okay waiting, right? Even if we wanted to get like a Tyler Higbee stack on the way back, if he's still there, we'll be interested in that, right? But, wide receiver-wise, you get Tyler Boyd, Julio Jones, right? But the RB that I was talking about before, right, Brian Robinson, he's still here. We're very happy about taking Brian Robinson here. Why? Because Antonio Gibson was playing with the 3rd string. He's playing with the punt team. Antonio Gibson has looked good as a, one of those kick returners. But Brian Robinson, I think he has a great opportunity to step up and take over those lead back duties. He is a late round flyer pick. I'm very confident in Dalvin Cook and Travis Etienne, and if I need to, I can make a trade. But right now, I think Brian Robinson is an excellent value to grab in these the end rounds of these drafts. So we'll go ahead and grab him here. Then it goes Russell Gage, Tyler Boyd, Naheem Hines. I would have liked him coming back. I knew he wouldn't have. Alberto, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Julio Jones, Darrell Henderson, Isaiah Spiller. There goes Tyler Higbee, Jarvis Landry, and we're back on the clock. So I think we're very confident in our wide receivers, right? Worst comes to worst, we can flex a running back, and we're okay with it. But, wide receivers I would be okay taking is someone like a Jalen Tolbert, Romeo Doubs, right? But they're going to come back on the way back. So I'm okay with waiting, right? Tight end-wise, I'd be interested in a Irv Smith, right? He is dealing with that finger injury right now, but he is going to come back at some point, and he's a great value towards the end of these drafts by far. But I think, once again, we can wait. I love Gerald Everett this year, so hopefully he can come back to me. If not, we can work with what we got. So I'm a big fan in waiting for tight end, if you guys haven't noticed. So An RB that I'm loving grabbing towards the end of this draft again is Rachaad White, right? Everyone knows Rachaad White at this point, right? He's, the backup to Leonard Fournette, but he's looked good. He's looked really good. He's looked really solid. And if anything happened to Leonard Fournette, you have a league-winning RB on your bench, right? So we're going to go ahead and take Rachaad White here. So it goes Christian Watson, Justin Fields, Michael Gallup, Rondale Moore, Jalen Tolbert, Kenneth Gainwell, Devontae Parker, Ronald Jones, Irv Smith, Tyler Algier, Kenny Galladay, Jacoby Myers, J.D. McKissick, Marlon Mack, Trevor Lawrence, Jahan Dotson, Jameson Williams, Noah Fant, Deshaun Watson, David Njoku. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but it looks like Sleeper has updated their rookie profile pictures. If you guys haven't seen that, like they actually have pictures for them now. They're not just like, one of those. Yeah, like look at Breece Hall up here. They used to all be like that. I guess they don't have Breece Halls in there yet, but. So we probably don't need to take a running back here. I'm very confident in these two guys, right? Let's take a look at tight end position. Gerald Everett is right there. You know how happy I am with Gerald Everett here, but Romeo Doubs being here is very tempting, I'm not going to lie. But I don't see a huge difference in Romeo Doubs and Isaiah McKenzie down here, or Joshua Palmer. I might actually have Isaiah McKenzie higher. So we're okay taking Gerald Everett here and seeing what comes back, right? We're very happy with that. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. So it goes Jameis Winston, Mark Ingram, DJ Chark, Khalil Herbert, Isaiah Pacheco, Jamal Williams, Romeo Doubs, Matt Ryan, Raheem Mostert, Alec Pierce. So we're back on the clock here, and like I said, Isaiah McKenzie being there, I think that's a great snag, right? I think that's a perfect snag. You could go ahead and take Nico Collins. I think he's a very good pick. KJ Osborne, but Isaiah McKenzie's filling into that slot role really nicely on the Bills. I think he's a great late round flyer, so we're gonna go ahead and take him here. So it goes Matt Jones, Robert Tonyan, McCole Hardman, Zamir White, Chuba Hubbard, Sammy Watkins, Nico Collins, KJ Osborne, Tyrion Davis-Price, Van Jefferson, Odell Beckham, Baker Mayfield, Hayden Hurst, Austin Hooper, Joshua Palmer, Darrell Williams, Kenny Pickett, Wan'Dale Robinson, KJ Hamler, Robbie Anderson. We're back on the clock. So I'm loving this team. But let's take a look at what we got here. We don't need another QB. I'm okay with Matthew Stafford. If something happens to him, I can go on the waiver wire and pick up somebody like Daniel Jones. I think he's a great value on the wire. He's got a little bit of rushing upside. So if I wanted to go an RB here, I think Deontay Foreman will end up being the backup to Christian McCaffrey and not Chuba Hubbard. So if you guys do want a late round pick in the 16-team league, I think Deontay Foreman's a great pick. We're not going to go with him here because we're going to go with a wide receiver. Another one that I really like, and his name is, if you scroll down a bit, I might have passed him already. Let me look. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go with somebody, Zay Jones. Zay Jones on the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think, has a perfect opportunity to kind of step into a good role there. I'm very excited to see him. He looked really good. I think he was on the Raiders last year, but I'm very excited to see him. I think he's a great round pick, a great last round pick. Does it say anywhere in here that he was on the Raiders? Yeah. He was on the Raiders. So we're going to go ahead and take him here. I think he's a great value. So then it goes Taysom Hill, Evan Ingram, Deontay Foreman, then goes Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Gus Edwards, AJ Green, Marvin Jones, and Kenyon Drake. So let's take a look at we'll just look through all the positions, see what kind of catches our eye here, right? We don't need a QB, like I said. We probably don't need a tight end. If I wanted to go a tight end to back up Gerald Everett, right, I would be Brevin Jordan. But we'll take a look at wide receivers. You get, Paris Campbell, Jamison Crowder, don't need him. Kendrick Bourne. David Bell is a good sneaky option. Corey Davis is still down here. He's a good pick as well. I think right at the top here is a great value. We're going to go ahead and take Hassan Haskins here, right? He is that direct backup to Derrick Henry right now. And as we know, Derrick Henry, he's 28 years old. He's coming off that Lisfranc injury. I think it's very possible that he could go down again. I don't want him to, obviously. That's, you never want to wish that. But I think it's very possible, and I think having somebody like Hassan Haskins on your bench could be an interesting depth piece. So let's go ahead and take Hassan Haskins here. We'll finish out this draft. So it goes Paris Campbell, Sony Michel, Zach Wilson, Cameron Brate, Jared Goff, Trey Sermon, Jerick McKinnon, Jameson Crowder, Kendrick Bourne, and David Bell. So let's look at our team here. We got Matthew Stafford. We got Dalvin Cook and Travis Etienne at our RBs, two guys I'm very high on this year. We got Mike Evans and Allen Robinson, two more guys I'm very high on this year, right? Gerald Everett, good tight end, last round pick, right? Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Ayuk, two guys that have been looking really good in their training camps. Brian Robinson, Rashad White, Hassan Haskins are the RBs on the bench. Great picks. Isaiah McKenzie and Zay Jones. I think this was a perfect draft, right? If you're going to be on the 6th spot from a 16-team league, I don't think you can ask for much better than this, right? You guys definitely have to let me know how you think I did. And please, if you guys have any more help, you need any more help with your drafts, let me know. If you're in a specific team with a specific position already, let me know. I will be happy to do a mock draft for you. If you have any questions about fantasy football, please let me know in the comments. I will try to answer them as quickly as I can. And if you guys want me to see your team, just let me know. I know I think the person that requested this video wants to have me make a Discord. I will go ahead and do that. If I have enough people in the comments wanting me to make a Discord for them, we can all go together. I can answer you guys' questions in there. If you guys want to send me your teams, I'll go ahead and rate them. We'll definitely 100% think about making a Discord for this. Please just let me know if you guys want that, all right? So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.